Good morning from Oita, everybody. Today we're going to a farm to pick some cabbages. This is how we're starting our day. It's very cold. Oh, chickens! I love chickens. My nan used to keep chickens. It's a beautiful morning, even though it's very, very cold, and we can see our breath. Oh, is this the cabbage field? Hiyo! So the host is just grabbing some gloves for us, and we're going to go onto the bridge because the view apparently is beautiful. Oh, the air is so fresh. Ooh! Wow! Look at that beautiful sunrise. Last night, because it was so dark outside, we couldn't see anything out of the window, so we just assumed this was all fields, but actually there's a river here and there are fields of lettuce and cabbages and beautiful mountains, and there's so much to see. But there was no light pollution at all, so instead we just saw the stars. So I just got to experience something that I wanted to experience in Japan for such a long time, which is a farm stay. And we got to pick some cabbages and some lettuce and some wasabi leaf. And it was honestly the best experience. It was so fun to see where the food actually comes from. Everything that we were served yesterday for dinner was local. It was locally produced. Look at all the cabbages! And I'm happy because this is all food for me. This is my vegetarian domain. My vegetarian food domain. And let me show you this huge cabbage and lettuce. It's big and it's frozen right now because it's so cold. The leaves are all icy. Amazing. The cabbages are huge. I do wonder what it might be like to live permanently on a farm. I lived in almost like a desert environment in Uzbekistan. We did have a little farm there, but nothing this big. This is beautiful. This is like a huge dacha. If you're thinking of doing a farm experience, like a farm stay in Japan, I highly recommend it. It is the best way to get in touch with the real Japanese culture, something you definitely don't see very often in Tokyo. But here in Oita, you can get away from the busyness of Tokyo and just experience a more traditional way of Japanese life. So this is wasabi leaf and we're allowed to try it. Is it spicy? It's good. It's nice.
It's not too spicy.
No, it's not too hot.
Oh, that was interesting.
That would taste really good in a salad.
Can you make onigiri?
I tried.
Oh,
I tried.
Very easy. Onigiri.
Oh, sugoi.
Let's try.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
This is a very questionable onigiri.
Yeah,
Thank you.
This is the music that plays when you've been successful.
So it was time for us to leave, and I really wanted to give you guys a mini tour of this beautiful traditional Japanese house that is over 130 years old. Despite its age, the house is very well maintained. It's spacious, with several bedrooms and more than one living and dining area. The interior has features typical to a traditional Japanese home. One of my favorite things are always the shoji, which are sliding panels made from paper within a wooden frame. They diffuse the light and act as very aesthetically pleasing room dividers, windows and doors. The owners were also very kind to show us the adjacent building where a family would live should they choose to experience this farm stay. The center of the room had another traditional Japanese feature, the irori. It provides an area to boil the kettle, cook food, or simply warm up during the winters and cold nights. As we found out ourselves, the house does get very cold at night. Traditional Japanese homes aren't very good at retaining heat, but this is easily solved with features like this, as well as electric heaters, a thick blanket, and my favorite, which is a kotatsu. Overall, we had an amazing stay, and it truly felt like a privilege to be invited into this family's home. It was incredible to have a look at traditional life in the Japanese countryside. Okay, on the road again. On the road again.
Because of the city, Ajimu town,
Yeah.
this is famous for wine.
Oh, I
That's
see.
why, yeah.
Ah. Oh, bye bye.
We've just left the farmhouse and now we're going to try some umeshu. At what time is it?
It's too early. That's what the time it is. Hold on. It is
7:52 in the morning.
morning kanpai.
Morning kampai. It's going to be a fun day. Look at all those frozen fields because it's so cold. Everything's frozen.
But I guess the haksai and the cabbage and some things can still grow, right?
Resilient plants.
Resilient. I like that word.
The Kombini stop.
A black.
So we just stopped at a Lawson to get some coffee for the road for our next destination, and we also have some delicious onigiri for breakfast. Mine is umeboshi onigiri, so I'm looking forward to having this. I'm really hungry this morning. So this is the umeshu place that we will be going to today. So we've just arrived at our next destination where we'll be tasting a lot of umeshu. So it's still very early in the morning, so we'll just have a little bit. But it's a very cool place. There are lots and lots of plum trees outside. First we're going to see the factory area. We're going to try some umeshu and then we're going to go downstairs and have a look around. There's so many umeboshi here. I've never seen so many umeboshi in my life. I think I might buy some, I'm not sure. I might bring some home. It's not really something that I think you can eat by itself, but with rice, it's good. It just adds that little bit of saltiness on top. So if you visit Umeshigura Oyama, you can actually see behind the scenes of the umeshu making process. The area is very, very famous for its plums, which means you will come across many umeboshi. Look at all these umeboshi behind me. In case you aren't familiar with what umeboshi are, they are pickled or salted Japanese plums. They make a really popular filling or topping for onigiri like you saw me eat earlier. Because this area specifically specializes in ume, to this day I have not come across a place with as many umeboshi as here. It's quite exciting to be able to try umeshu straight from the place where it is made. So these are the wines that we tried. We have just finished filming tasting all the wonderful plum wines and they are incredible. There's rose flavored, there is one that tastes like honey, there is one that's Earl Grey. This is Earl Grey and it literally tastes like an English beautiful garden in London. I can't even describe it, it's delicious. I'm definitely going to bring some home with me because I wasn't going to buy anything, but now I'm gonna buy something, yeah. Earl Grey liqueur that I've just tried. It is so good. So good. I think I'm gonna get this. So right now they have a special promotion on with Attack on Titan. And I just noticed this, Amanda pointed it out to me. It's so cool. So as we were walking up there to the umeshu tasting slash factory place, there were so many plum trees everywhere. I can just imagine how beautiful it would look during February when they're all in bloom. It's a gorgeous location and I highly recommend you guys check it out if you are visiting Oita. Also, I'm a bit tipsy right now. We just had morning umeshu, which is chotto abunai. Konnichiwa. So we're going down this path and we're going to get some mushrooms from a tree.
Yeah.
This is so fun. We're going to be picking up shiitake mushrooms from trees. And I've never seen them in a wild like this. Literally growing on pieces of tree. Pieces of tree, yeah. Cut down tree trunks. So I'm guessing they're feeding off the trees, getting all the nutrients. Oh, this is so cool. Look how big this one is. Oh, that's a big one. So we just filmed my mushroom trying scene and I'm going to try it for you guys too. It's really delicious though. It's so fresh because we just picked them and now we get to eat them. Oishi. We also got some shiitake mochi, and I've never tried shiitake mochi before, so I'm going to try it for you now. Oh, it's good. It's like a dumpling. It's so good. I'm so happy that I got to try fresh mushrooms that we just picked ourselves. And I've never had a mochi with shiitake mushrooms in it. They took loads of pictures of me eating the shiitake, and they're not flattering because at this point I was really hungry and I was just like get in my mouth, so they're probably not going to be very attractive, but you know, I'm just walking around and looking at the mushrooms here, and there are so many. I can just imagine that if I lived here, I would have something to eat every single day. I really do wish that this place was closer to Tokyo, and if it was, I would come here all the time. If I could go out and go on a mushroom picking experience every single week, I would, because you feel so at peace. Your mind gets cleared when you're in this kind of natural environment with these beautiful big trees behind me and the mushrooms going everywhere, and I love mushrooms. Where are we going next? Is it the bridge? Are we still doing the bridge?
Yeah, we're going to the bridge, and then no, I think we go to the Wagyu.
Ah, the Wagyu place.
Yes. Then after that we go to the bridge, and then we go to the airport, I believe.
Okay.
Then it'll be the end of our trip. So we are about to walk on the tallest bridge in Japan. So we have just made it to the airport, and we are going to be heading on our way back to Tokyo soon. We've still got some time, so I think we're just going to do some omiyage shopping and just check out the airport. But we had the best time. It was so much fun. I would recommend Oita to anybody. It was a beautiful part of Japan that's full of nature and delicious food and so much history. I'm so impressed. So yeah, let's go back to Tokyo. Don't slip! This is not very effective. I could have walked into one. I didn't even notice they were bananas. Amanda had to point it out to me.